Good morning, everybody. So we'll start with certain doubt questions that were provided to me. I am not able to include all the questions, but this is just one segment of it, okay? This is the first question which is given. Because, I mean, this one segment, because there are a lot of questions which were doubts and a lot of people have started solving them. That's fine, okay? So this is your first one. What it says is, you're given certain formulas and from that formula you have to derive what the last there's some formula given in the end. In the third formula you're supposed to derive what that number or what that letter, formation of letter, or what that word will form. We'll follow the same method. Please try answering this first and then we will go towards finding the last one, okay? There is actually certain formula which is applied in terms of combining the parts. I would put it that way. The parts which are there. So all you have to do is you have to figure out how this letter gets formed by if I combine these three different parts together. I mean, here it's very much evident how it will be forming. Try attempting it once, okay? I'll solve that. I'm not saying that. Okay, has anybody figured out what the combination will work like? Like, what is the solution? Is the answer no? The answer is not the word apple. Ma'am, this type of question will have options. No, it does not have options here. Here it does not have options. Here you have to just try working with it. You have to just write the answer basically. Enter. Enter. No, enter is not the one.
Recording in progress.
Happy. No. 1 second.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. All right. Let's just try solving this. All right. You see this letter? Is it audible?
We can see the letter.
So I'm just saying if we combine this with this letter here, you get A, this middle letter, and this letter. If you flip this letter, out, and then this letter, and then if you flip this, get T. Okay. Next part, T. This and this part, T. E will become like this. This gets flipped. This gets formed. This gets flipped here. Then these two. So we get this. Here, what happens? We have this part. Then we take the last letter. H. Out, and then this letter. Flip it. And then this letter, T. Yeah. So this will happen something like this. 6. This. And we have the same one. So, T. And then 9. This and this. So 7. This gets built on that side. This part and then this part. This part and then this part. So 5. 8. This is the number. 8, 3, 6, 9, 7, 5. Is that clear? Is that clear? Trisha, you're actually wrong here. Okay. Second number can also be. No, it cannot be 8. Second number cannot be 8. You haven't flipped it. If you're writing 8, what it means is you have not flipped it. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I can't got this.
You have to flip it. First letter you don't flip. I mean, every letter you have to flip it.
मतलब मैम सेम सीरीज वाइज जाना है
नहीं, alternate. I told you, no? First and last. Or ये वाला part will be flipped. So if I look at this part, it will happen like this. and then this gets flipped. तो वो ऐसे add होगा. That's why 8.
तो मैम मतलब वो ए बन जाएगा ना एल को अगर हम लोग फ्लिप
8,
करके
8, number 8. It's not A. A is
Okay.
like this.
ओके
Okay. So it's a number 83695. Any doubts? Any questions in this? Okay, we'll move to the next one then. Okay, this I have the animation, but wait, let me just show it in some other software. Are you able to see here? So here there is an animation which is shown, and you have to find the number of faces that happen.
The faces are changing very fast.
Yeah, I know. I know, I'm very much aware of. So this is the exercise. You have to find how far, how many in within this, how much you can, turn it off. Sorry, find the number of faces. Kavya, Drumil, Rhea, you're correct. Ayesha, one more. Shrujal, wrong answer. Are you able to see? Purva, one second. Purva, Kashvi, Anshi, Twisha, your answers are correct. Dhye, wrong answer. Tanvi, wrong answer. Meera, wrong answer. Ashvi, your answer is correct. Tisha, correct answer. Drumil, Ria, correct answer. Darsh, correct answer. All right, so I'm just going to show you the faces which happens here, okay? These are the 7 faces which appear. In between, you will find certain formations, but they might not have eyes. Most of the cases, they don't have eyes. And some are very abstract. So there are 7 faces, unique faces which appear, not distorted ones. And some are distorted, but all these 7 faces are only distorted. All right. I'm just going to go back to the previous one. If you want to check, you can check it.
I have a question.
Yes.
How it's moving so fast. How did you know? Like we can't really draw the faces on our
Yeah,
face,
so yeah, I know that. So what I did was I first counted when it started. So when I first counted, I came to 9. Then I went for another round, which happened. So then I said that, okay, 9 nahi hai because there are graphics which are coming. So I deduced that to 8 and then 7 I came. Because you have to do 2-3 rounds here. Because the animation is moving fast. So in the first round, when it starts with the red colored face, which you see here, you have to start from there and then actually start counting. And then say, okay, which are the ones? you cannot get it in first row. You will have to do this exercise at least 4-5 times with this. There is no shortcut here, by the way. It's a GIF file. There is actually no shortcut here. Okay. Okay. Chalo. We'll wait. I'll just share my PDF again. It's difficult in this. Okay, are you able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This is a question. This was a doubt question which was given. What it showed us is, there are certain marbles which are kept. You're given 3 test tubes and each test tube can hold at least 5 marbles. Maximum, sorry, not at least, but at most 5 marbles. Max average is the maximum one. Only one marble can be transferred in one move. What is the minimum number of move you require to transfer the red marble in P into the last test tube, which is R? You have to find the minimum number of moves, not the maximum. Try answering this. We'll get to the solution. Don't worry.
मैम एक बार हजू एक्सप्लेन करो ना.
There are marbles kept in 3 test tubes. Each test tube can accommodate 5 marbles. You have to transfer the red marble in the P test tube to the bottom of the R marble in the in the bottom of the R marble, that is here. So this is what you have to do. ये जो R marble आपको दिख रहा है P के last, 1 second. This R marble that you see here, its position has to come here. We need it in this position. And every test tube cannot have more than 5 things. Aditya, correct answer. Trisha, Yesha, Shamoli, wrong answers. Rishabh, Lavya, Ria, correct answer. Trisha, correct answer. Sanchi, correct answer. And good, we're maximum knowing this. It's a fantastic one. So let me just start with the solution. So this blue, I'll start with this first. So this I will transfer in this position, which is, I'm just writing blue. This is my first move. Then what I will do is I have space here. I will transfer 1, 2, and 3. So yellow, green, and red. Yellow, green, red, which is the tube which we have to transfer at the end. So this will be my second, third, and fourth move. Now, if I see P is empty, the P test tube is empty here. Well, then what I will do is I'll transfer all the contents of the test tube R into P. So the new test tube P will be blue, purple, brown, yellow, and dark blue, which will be 4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 moves. Or then after the R test tube is empty, all I will do is I'll transfer this red colored ball into the R test tube, which will be my 10th move, which is the correct answer. Is that clear? Any doubts, any questions in this? You cannot transfer more marbles with, with one move. You have to transfer one marble at a time. That's why transfer of each marble will be considered as one move. Is that clear? Any doubts, any questions in this? Okay, we'll move to the next one. Here you have to find the number of right angle triangles that are there. Okay. You will be counting the number of just the right angle triangles, no triangles, no other kind of triangles, just the right angle triangles. Okay. Lavya, correct answer. Drumil, Anshi, Kavya, Tisha, wrong answer. Meera, Vansh, Divya, wrong answer. Yes, 1 second. Just 1 second. Here, Yesha, Kashti, Tanvi, Aditya, Anshi, Kavya, Dye, Tisha, Shimoli. Wrong answer. Kashri, you're nearby the correct answer. Khushi, Darsh, wrong answer. Ria, correct answer. Very few of you are just missing few numbers. You just cross check, you will get there. Khushi, really close by to the answer. Yesha, very close to the answer. Kavya, Dye, Khushi, wrong answer. So, let's do this, okay? Okay. First part. See here in this case, if I can see, I'm just broadly going to divide this whole part into one segment, other segment, and the third segment, which is here. Because I know there is no overlap which can be happening. Here there is in the third part that much, there is an overlap which is happening. But I will take that later. Okay. So I'm just going to take this into parts. Kushi, close by. You are still missing few. I'm just going to erase this. All right. Sorry. Yeah. So let's just take this first part, which was there. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, and use a different color. 7. Okay. Seven in this much part. Then 1, 2, 3. No more than 3 in so much part. Okay. Now I'm going to take this much part. I'm going in the bottom part, but I'm going to take that much first because it's easier. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 14 so far. Let me change the color and the thickness so it's legible for you. Now I'm going to take this whole part completely together. This whole part, the whole larger rectangle which is there. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a different color here. And then 4. This whole thing is 4. And this whole thing is 3. Okay. 4 here. 7 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4. 18 is the correct answer. Is that clear? Any doubts, any questions in this? Remember, it's just given right angle triangle. That's why we are not finding all other different kinds of triangles. Okay.
एक बार blank वाला question लाओ ना screen पे.
Without all this drawing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
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 Hmm.
This is with all the drawings. Okay. Take care. We'll move to the next one then. Okay, 1 second. There's some doubts here. How can you please show the triangles of the first part again? And then somebody is saying triangle, one more will happen in the first part. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, fine. Chalo, I'll show the triangles of the first part. All right. Chalo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a different color. 6, and then 7. That's why 7. And then for this part, if somebody was asking, I don't know if this is the second part that you were asking, then 1, 2, and 3. And if we are talking of the last part, it is pretty much clear. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's why 4. Is that clear, Kavya and Twisha and Yesha? Are you clear, all three of you? Okay, fine, sure. We'll move to the next one. Okay. So here you're given some system of gears, and what you have to find is, okay, you're along with that, you're also given their radius. I'll just write the radius here. M, N, P, Q, R, S, they are in sequence. So this is 3, this is 1, this is 2, this is M, N, okay, then this is, okay, so this is 2, this is 1, this is 3, and this is 2. This is the radius which is given to you. If M is rotating at an RPM, which is rotations per minute, which is 100, what will be the RPM or the speed of this S part, which is given? Here, in this case, you just have to use one formula, which is, I'll just write rotations, okay? Rho, okay, Rho is equal to 1 upon radius. This is inversely proportion to each other. Larger the radius, lower the radius, lower the RPM. Less the radius, higher the rotations per minute. Flavia, correct answer. So all you have to do is work proportionately from here to S. So, sorry. So in this case, what I will do is, I'll first start with between, Prati wrong answer, between M and N. So the radius is 3 by 1. M is 3. And so M upon N I'm doing, okay? 3 upon 1 is equal to the rotation of 3, which is M, is 100. And the rotation of N, I'm just writing N here. So this is the formula which happens because it's inversely proportional. 3 wala jo radius hai, uska rotation is 100. 1 wala radius hai, we don't know the rotation of it. So that's why we are writing N here. So the rotation of N will happen to be 300. Now, between N and P, the same formula I'm going to apply here. So N is 1 upon, sorry, N and P. So 1 upon 2, sorry, which will be equal to 1 ka rotation, you know, which is 300. And P ka you don't know, so I'm just writing P here. So the rotation of P will be 150. If the rotation of P is 150, Q will also be 150 because they are anchored to the same point here. Q is 150. Okay, Q is 150. Then the rotation of R I will find. So Q ka 150 hai, the radius of Q is 1 upon 3 radius of R. The radius of Q is above, is in the numerator, so iska speed denominator mein aayega, which is 150. And I'm writing R here. So the rotations per minute of R will be 50. This is 50. Between these and this, their center is different. So their speed cannot be same. So the radius of R is 3, radius of S is 2. 3 wala radius ka speed is 50. R S ka I have to find. So S will be 75 RPM, which is the correct answer. Okay. Q will not be 3. No, it won't be 300, Kavya. We solved this here. We found the radius of P. Sorry, we need to find the radius, the rotation per minute of P here. One is the diameter of the gear N upon P2, which is the diameter of the gear P. So 1/2 is equal to P upon 300. So this and this gets cut. Yahan pe 150 aayega. Just 1 second. Is this clear?
25 के बाद 70.
25 you have to multiply by 3 here. That's why. Okay. Any doubts, any questions in this?
हम एक बार ये पूरा एक्सप्लेन वापस कर सकते हैं.
Okay. So here the radius is given as 3, 1, 1, 3. Sorry, 1 second. Here 2 hai, here 3 hai, and then this is 2. This is the radiuses which are given. So for and the rotations per minute of M is given. So if I proportionately compare these two together, 3, which is the radius of M, upon 1, which is the radius of N, will be equal to 3 ka, it is inversely related. So if 3 is in the numerator, the rotations will of the gear with 3 will be in the denominator, which is 100. Or N will be here because it is inversely related, because uska radius yahan pe hai. So N ka speed will be 300 cross multiplication. So N will be 300. Between N and P, N is 1 upon QP is 2, which will be equal to P upon 300. 150. So P will be equal to 150. If P is 150, Q ka bhi 150 aayega speed. If Q is 150 and it is proportionately related to R, it is connected to R, which means Q is 1 radius upon R is 3, which will be equal to R upon, what is it, 150. This will cut 50, so R is 50. R ka speed is 50. Now R ka speed is 50 and S ka radius is 2. So 3/2 is equal to S upon 50. This will get cut 25. This 25 goes here, multiplied by 3, which will be equal to 75 RPM. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
This S ka speed is 75 RPM. Any doubts, any questions in this? Okay, We'll move to the next one. Here you are given a condition which says the perimeter of the equilateral triangle and the regular hexagon are shown as equal. This triangle and this hexagon, they have equal perimeter. The circumference of red circle is inscribed. This is inscribed in the triangle, which is 10. इसका जो circumference है वो 10 है. What is the circumference of this blue part is something which you have to find. Let me just try solving this, okay? It's a little bit complicated. It's just tricky, not complicated. In this case, what I'll start with the assumption is, because hexagon has more sides, I will say, chalo, I'm given the perimeter of equilateral triangle and hexagon to be same. So I'll say, what if one side of the hexagon is A, which means the one side of the equilateral triangle, which is given here, will be 2A, 2A, and 2A. Because perimeter of the hexagon will be 6A, which is also equal to perimeter of triangle. If the perimeter of triangle is 6A and the sides of the triangle are 3, which means one side of the triangle will be 2A. That's why 2A, 2A, 2A. Okay? Now, I'm just going to take one part here, okay? Just 1 second. Let me draw this. So now I have a hexagon with A here. And what I'm going to do is, because I want to proportionately equate circle together, and the form, which is a triangle and a hexagon, they are different. I'm going to say, what if a triangle, what if a triangle is extended out? What it means is, this will also be 60 degree, which means this triangle which is formed, this triangle which is formed, and this triangle which is formed from this hexagon will all be equilateral triangle. So iska value A आएगा सबका. What it means is, the new triangle, which I'm just going to draw on the original one here. The new blue triangle, which I'm drawing here, which is this same one, will have a side total of 3A. Now I have an already inscribed circle in this triangle, and in this equilateral triangle I have a circle inscribed, and in this equilateral triangle of 3A I have another circle inscribed. Both are equilateral triangles, which means I can proportionately equate their perimeters. What I'm given is perimeter of triangle 2A upon perimeter of triangle 3A will be equal to circumference of red circle upon circumference of blue circle. Because these both are equilateral triangle and the red circle and the blue circles are inscribed in the equilateral triangle, I can equate them like this. Is this clear, everybody? How this formula came? Because they both are equilateral triangle and there's a circle inscribed in them. The form is, the geometry is the same, basically. It's just their sides are different. Their proportioning is different. One has 2A side and one has 3A side. So all I need to do is, which here, hence I will be derive it as 2 by 3 is equal to circumference of red, which is 10 upon circumference of blue. So circumference of blue circle, which will be equal to 15. Is this clear? Any doubts, any questions in this? Any questions in this, students? Anybody?
मैम
1 second. Yes.
हम लोगों ने जो रेड वाला रेक्टेंगुलर है उसको अजम्पशन में 2a ही लेना है, ऐसा फाइनल है?
It's an assumption. You can start with A in the equilateral triangle and have A by 2 in the hexagon. That is up to you.
Okay.
If you say A is the side of the equilateral triangle, which means hexagon में वो A by 2 हो जाएगा. I just didn't wanted to work with fractions. That's why I chose, I will say hexagon में A आएगा तो यहाँ पे 2A हो जाएगा वो चीज.
Okay, okay.
Is this clear? Any doubts, ma'am? I found the value of A, then can I find the circumference? If you have found the value of A, you can find the circumference. That could be another method. I found this to be relatively easier. That's why I showed you this. Any doubts, any questions in this? What, Kashti, I am actually not able to solve it using finding the value of the sides and then going to the circumference. That's why I chose a relatively easier method here. That's why I'm not going to go into an alternative because it's much easier. There is no much calculations required in this method. Any doubts, any questions in this? Okay, we'll move to the next one then. Here, it's an equation-based question, okay? The equation is, let's just write, x is 3 times as old as y was 3 years ago. X is 3 times as old as y was 3 years ago. So x, 1 second. X is equal to 3 times y was 3 years ago. So I'm saying x is, it's given, x is current age and y is also current age. I'm just putting this together. X and y are current age of 2 persons. And the first equation says x is 3 times y was 3 years ago, which will be equal to 3y minus 9. After 17 years, y will be as old as x is today. After 17 years, which is in the future, y will be as old as x is today. So 1 second. X is equal to 3y minus 9 is equal to y plus 17. This is another equation. The current age of x, which is today, is equal to y will be after 17 years. So if I just solve this solve this equation, 2y will be equal to 9 plus 17 is 26. So y is 13 years. What is the sum of the ages? So y is 13 years. X will be 13 plus 17 based on this much part and this much part, which will be 17, which will be equal to 30 years. So sum of x and y will be equal to 13 plus 30, which is equal to 43 years. Is this clear? So 43 years is the correct answer. You don't have to just stop by finding the age of y and stop by finding the age of x, because what is asked is what is the sum of ages of x and y today. Is that clear? Any doubts, any questions in this?
Can you explain the question again?
Okay, I'll explain.
Yeah.
So in this case, I'll just go equation by equation. There is one equation which is given here and there is another equation which is given here. First equation says x is 3 times as old as y was 3 years ago. Y minus 3 is y, the age of y when it was 3 years ago. So x is equal to 3 into y minus 3. This will be equal to 3y minus 9 when I open this up. Okay. What is also given is x is also equal to y plus 17, because after 17 years, y will be as old as x. So 3y minus x is equal to y plus 17 also is given, and x is equal to 3y minus 9 is also given. When I solve this equation, I get y here. So 2y is equal to 9 plus 17 will be 26. Y is equal to 13 years. So x age, current age of x is y plus 17. I'm taking one part. I can also take this part, but this is more easier. So I say 13 plus 17, which will be equal to 30 years. I have to find the sum of age of x plus y. X plus y, sorry. X plus y is something which I have to find. This will be equal to 30 plus 13, which will be equal to 43 years. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubts, any questions in this? Okay, we'll move to the next one. Here you are given a total of 200 years. I have tried this solution only by drawing a Venn diagram because it's much easier. In this kind of question, try drawing a Venn diagram. It will be actually much easier to solve it afterwards. You are given a universal set. You are given a total number of 200 people who are surveyed for a newspaper relationship. It was found that 100 people read publication X, 120 people read publication Y, and 50 people do not read either X or Y. So within this, there are 50 people who do not read publication X or Y. So, one second, I'll just make another form here. So this blue boundary that you see here, the blue boundary will house a total of 150 people. Why? Because there are 200 people surveyed, and out of the 200 people, one second. So this is 200 people surveyed, and out of those 200 people, 50 are left inside this box. Which means inside the blue boundary, which is drawn here, there will be 200 minus 50, which is equal to 150 people. So there will be 150 people inside the blue boundary, which is shown here. Another thing which is given to you is 100 people read X and 120 people read Y.
It could be 250, ma'am, not one.
No, it will be, total is 200. Total
Yeah.
is not changing. उसमें से 50 आर नॉट रीडिंग x और y. 50 का वैल्यू आपको बाहर रहेगा and 100 and 120 will be kept inside. And then plus there will be few people who will be reading both x and y, which is not given to you. So 50 will be left in the empty space outside. 50 will be left in the empty space which is outside. So 200 minus 50 is 150. So inside the blue box which you are seeing, there will be 150 people. 1 second.
So inside the blue circle, it's going to be 50, 200.
Inside the blue circle, there will be 200 minus 50, which is 150 people. Because 50 of them are not reading X or Y who are outside. So I'll just wait. To make it clear for you, what I will draw is, let me just draw this again, chalo. So there is 50 people here who are not reading X and Y. And inside this, there are few people who are reading X, and then there are few people who are reading Y. This is the intersection of both. Okay?
Okay.
So this is 150. The inside, let me color it differently. So inside box that you see here, which is the blue box, this is 150. What you have to find is what is the total number of people who read either publication X or publication Y. There will be, let me use a different color now. This boundary, which you are seeing here, the green boundary, which you are seeing here, will be of X. And which color should I put? Yeah, okay. Sure. And this boundary, which you are seeing in black, is of Y. X in the green color is 100. Y in the black color is 120. What you have to find is the middle part here. This is what you have to find. This part is something that you have to find. Yeah. Okay. So 150 I deduce that will house in this box which is provided. Wait, I'm just getting lost. Find the total number of either is read publication X, which is this much, and publication Y. Humko, if I find this bottom middle part, I will be able to find this part and that part together. So, 1 second. Yeah, I know the question says X and Y, but we need to find, see, how do I find X was X? 150 minus the intersection part. If we do not have to find what the total number of people, what? See, no answer. The answer is not 20, Kavya.
मैम
Hmm.
इसमें लिखा है कि पब्लिकेशन एक्स और वाई बट नॉट बोथ टुगेदर, तो मतलब हमको फाइंड कैसे करना है?
हमको ये part, if we subtract the middle part from 150, which is the intersection of X and Y, we can find the part which is left here. ये जो white box दिख रहा है, that is what we have to
हाँ.
find.
ओके मतलब x और y अलग अलग फाइंड करना.
X और Y एक साथ मतलब हाँ अलग अलग फाइंड करना.
मैम बट वो तो हमें दिया नहीं है.
Where it is given.
Like 100 and 120.
But 100 is publication. That's what I explained earlier. 1 second. Okay. 100 is this part. Says publication X. And 120 is this part. Got it?
Yes.
I'm forgetting this solution. Sorry. I get it. X is 30, Y is 50. I get it. I'm just not able to remember the solution. Can anybody help me out in this? I'm actually forgetting it. Yeah, right. Here, correct. Sorry. Thank you so much, here, for this. Yeah, I completely forgot about this. Sorry. 1 second. I don't know what happened in between. Okay. So here, thank you so much, here, for this. Thank you. So here, what is given is 100 is X and 120 is publication Y. So if I add both of them together, I'll find a total of, I get a total of 220, which is now from this 220, the number of people which actually gets housed here in this larger box is 150, that I know. So if I subtract 220 minus 150, I will get 70 people. Those 70 people will be staying in this common, which is the access part. 70 people is access in both the cases. So 70 people will be staying here in the intersection part. At the end, all I have to do is 150 minus 70 will give me 80, which is the people who will be in this part and this part. What I did was, see, in this part, what I'm given is, there is 50, I'm drawing another boundary. This is 50 people. This is total 200 people. The part with the number of people who are staying in the in this blue box is 150. The number of people who are staying in the shaded part is 50, who are not reading X or Y. Here, what I'm provided is, this is X, which is 100, and this is Y, which is 120. If I add 100 and 120 together, with what I get is 220 people. 100 plus 120 will be 220 people. Now this total 220 people will also have few additional people who are repeated twice in this intersection. So X, only X, people who are reading only X plus intersection of X plus Y will be equal to 100, and people who are reading only Y plus intersection of X plus Y, which is this, will be equal to 120. When I added both of them together, what I found is this one value is getting in access. So if I were to find just this, what formula comprises of 150, it will be X, people reading only X, plus people reading only Y, plus people reading both x plus y will be equal to 150. Now, what I am given here is x plus y plus 2 of x plus y will be equal to 100 plus 100 plus 120. That is what I am given here. So all I have to do is I'll add again this value of all I need is just one axis of, so if I just compare 220, which is only x plus only y plus combination of x plus y plus another combination of x plus y, I will say x plus y, which is an intersection, will be equal to 220 minus 150, because I just have to find the value of what is that intersection number is. That intersection who reads both x plus y will be equal to 70 people, which will come here. Now I know this is 70. Then the number of people who read either x or y will be x or y will be equal to 150 total, which is this box, minus 70, which is 80 people. Is this clear? Any doubts, any questions in this?
मैम
Yes.
ये क्वेश्चन एक और तरीके से भी सॉल्व हो सकता है ना?
There are many methods. There can be many methods. I'm not debating. I'm just debating the understanding here.
ओके, तो मतलब हम हमारी मेथड से करें तो भी राइट आंसर है तो चलेगा?
Chalega. If you're getting the answer, definitely that's fine.
ओके.
Any doubts, any questions? Okay. Yeah, sorry, it's time. We'll close this session for today then. Okay. If you still have any doubts or question, please send it across. I'll just put in the recording.